Hey everyone!
Hello!
Welcome to Fort Fun Friday Facts.
Better known as... Hopefully you can hear us okay.
Hopefully you can hear us. We are live. Well, we're always live. We are on location.
No,
yes,
you're alive.
Touch me. Am I alive?
He's alive.
So we are on location today. We got a lot coming up for you in this episode. So what are we talking about today?
We are talking about the Webster House. We are also here in downtown Fort Fun. We are talking about the real. As always, always. And then
the best news ever.
Bum, bum, bum.
Thank you for joining us this Friday, guys. We're so excited. We had so much fun last week being out and about and doing it in the car in the spur of the moment. And we actually realized, why aren't we getting out more? Like, we can actually leave our house now. We started the majority of Fort Fun Friday Facts during COVID, is when we were doing a lot of them. So we're like, let's get out, let's have some fun. So glad you're with us.
Yeah, so we are going to start this morning. This is, as most of you know, or some of you don't know, I am a 5th generation born and raised Fort Collins native. And it comes with a lot of history. My great-great-grandfather homesteaded here under Colonial Collins when it was Camp Collins during the Civil War. And what we're doing today is introducing you to the Webster House. So the house that you see behind me is actually now the Webster House Administrative Center. There you go. Ta-da!
Good luck reading backwards.
Can you read backwards? So this house is actually, where are you going, honey?
You're good. You keep going.
So this house was actually built by my great-grandfather, Samuel Fetters Webster. It is also where my grandfather, High Webster, was born. Mark is really distracting me walking around. It's the most awkward thing I've ever had to do on Fort Fun Friday Facts.
Us, innovative as always.
So it's really strange. So there's a lot of stories that go along with this building. So I believe it was sold by my grandma, and my grandma Margaret, great-grandmother Margaret
Angel. Because she was an angel.
She was an angel. Yes. Margaret Angel. Married Samuel Fetters Webster's second wife. And he built, like I said, he built this house. And then in 1960, she sold it to Ulrich Mortuary. And the story goes that my grandfather was born actually in the room that's right behind us. So High was born here, and that is actually where they kept the coffins. So they kept kind of the layout for people coming in, the viewing and everything in the main floor. The Ulrichs lived above, and then they did all the embalming in the basement.
After they sold it.
After they sold it. I said that she sold it in 1960.
After
they sold it.
Specifying.
And my grandpa always said it's not every person that can say that they can be born and die and be buried.
Born and buried.
Buried in the same room. So, however, 2 to 3 years before he passed away, they had sold this and moved to their new location.
And apparently, when it was the mortuary, they had the living upstairs, right? And
That's what I just said.
Oh, did you?
I said they lived upstairs, had the viewing, and then the embalming down. I'm
so focused on my camera work today that I completely missed that.
So that's great. So with that being said, it's kind of fun to be out. It's just across from the Fort Collins Library Park. And it went through, exchanged a few hands after the Ulrich family sold it. Ulrich. And now it is the park. The city has taken it over, which preserves the home, the history. This front porch is now enclosed. It used to be an open porch, which is great. We're pulling all this information from my father, who we took around and did a bunch of videos with. So we're going to be bringing you lots more Webster history from FOCO. So
that's right.
One of the other great features about this home, are we going to try and walk?
Let's waddle.
Are you going to turn it around? Yep. Let's waddle. We're walking, people.
We're walking. So can I tell the story about the fights?
Yeah,
okay.
Especially since we're headed to this side of it.
So back when Brandy's grandfather was growing up here.
During the Depression.
He and his brother Sam would sneak out at night, and we'll show you the area they snuck out from. They would sneak out from that window up there. The back one story is all an addition, but they'd sneak out from that back window, go over to the Northern Hotel, and from there, they'd have fighting matches
in the basement.
In the basement, and if they fought well, they would earn money. People would throw money at them, and if the fight wasn't good, they wouldn't make anything. And apparently, as story goes, Uncle Sam, we'll call him
Uncle Sam,
so we don't get him confused.
Versus great-grandfather
Sam Fetters built this. Uncle Sam snuck out to go fight. He made it to the finals, and when Brandy's grandpa, Hi, and Uncle Sam snuck out to go fight the finals, they show up in the basement of the Northern Hotel to fight, and who's sitting there in the crowd? Great-grandpa Samuel Fetters Webster.
Daddy was in the crowd. Now here's the thing. My great-grandpa did not put up with that type of rigmarole, if you will. And so to see him out in the crowd, I guess he approached Sam and he goes, I normally don't agree with this, but you better give him hell.
You better win, boy.
You better win, boy. And it wasn't spoken of the next morning. It wasn't everybody got dressed for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Mm-hmm. Nothing was ever said, but I guess it was quite the story. And I guess my Uncle Sam would always say, no, great Uncle Sam would always say, would deny the story. But as my grandfather told it, there it is.
Yep.
So, you look fabulous too.
Oh, hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jess. All right.
And then do you want to talk about the last piece?
So the last piece here, is this. So a lot of people think that this is a gravestone.
I'm going to turn it around again.
Okay. Whoop. So a lot of people think if you go through Fort Collins, you're going to see a lot of these. And some people think, maybe there's a grave there. And that is not true. Fort Collins was a farming town. It was, my great-great-grandfather was one of the largest sheep herders west of the Mississippi. And so this stone is what's called a stepping stone. So S.F. Webster, or Samuel Fetters Webster, my great-grandfather, this was where the hitching rack would have been, and they would have tied up their horses. In order to get in to the carriages, they would step on this stone, so it's the stepping stone into the carriages. And back here, this addition would have been where they kept the carriages, the horses, and had the farmland around here. And my great-grandfather had champion pacers.
Yeah, whatever pacers are.
So pacers are the horses that pull the carriages and walk real fast.
Oh, okay.
They pace.
They pace. The horses that pace.
He always used to make a joke that my grandma could, or great grandma, if you will, could beat anybody to the store and back because she had the fastest horses in town. And it was true. He did have champion pacers. So that is what this house was original. This was the original farmhouse for the Webster family as far as Samuel Fetters Webster goes, my great-grandfather. So there you go. It's the Webster house.
Let's switch back around so we want to see the house.
Are you making people sick?
I am making everyone sick.
Wow.
All right, so finishing up on this edition of Fort Fun Friday Facts.
Wait, we forgot.
What?
We forgot. If you go around Fort Collins, here's our call to action. So go around Fort Collins and attempt to find, they're all throughout the old town and around Fort Collins. So try and find them and then picture, post.
Comment. Let us know where the others are. We would love to.
We'll give you a hint.
It's like a scavenger hunt.
Right?
Yeah, the first one is at Matthew and Olives.
Yeah, East Olive, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Matthew Street and East Olive, where this house is. There's your first one.
There's your first one.
Scavenger
Go find the rest. Do our work for us.
All right. So
the real. It's
the real. The real.
What's real about the real?
The real about the real.
The real. So good news. Market's steady.
Yeah.
Things are consistent, which is great news in this time. There's been a lot of up and down throughout the last couple months.
Yes,
and it's nice to
deal. Jess, we're in.
You got it.
Hi, Craig.
So there you go. So that's the real. I'd have more, but my notes are over there, and it's Friday, guys. I'm tired. I'm out of it.
We forget to do that.
We didn't do It's Friday song. That's right.
Right. Okay.
All right,
We'll
so
do it at
on
the
to
end.
fun news.
Fun news. There. I'll do some type of singing. Jess, we need your voice on here. Fun news or something. I don't know.
Fun news. Fun news.
Fun
Fun
news.
news. Fun news.
Ah.
All right, so we have some great stuff for you in the news world today. Best news ever. One, here's a pro tip. If you're going to smuggle stuff into the country, here's one thing not to smuggle: an endangered monkey. Yeah. Man from Texas, driving back from Mexico into Texas, crossing the border, had an endangered baby monkey hidden in his little compartment next to his driver's side.
Don't do that.
In a Ford truck. If you've ever been in a Ford F-150, you know how big those middle consoles are. Baby monkey.
You should show him the picture.
Stowaway.
He's cute.
He's adorable. Can you see him?
Cute baby monkey.
Adorable. Stuck in there. Again, everything
Baby
UPI
monkey.
news.
Baby monkey. Riding on a pig. Baby monkey.
Oh, hey, squirrel.
Hi, squirrel. Oh, look. Hey, you want to say, oh, you're rated your phone turned. Oh, no.
Oh,
Hi.
there he
Oh,
goes.
there he goes. There he goes. You want to say hi again?
We had a visitor. There's our first guest
Oh,
of the
look.
day.
See, he's showing you how to step on the stone. You should see it. Can you see
yeah,
him?
look at that.
Hi. Hi, squirrel. We don't have any food for you. Sorry.
All right, next, back to COVID news.
COVID.
This one is great. In celebrating the reopening of Spain, the Spanish Opera House hosted a sold-out performance to a crowd of potted plants.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, call me crazy, but if the country is quote-unquote reopening, playing to a sold-out crowd of potted plants doesn't count as reopening.
Potted plants. So we have baby monkeys, potted plants, a squirrel. Here he comes again.
There's a squirrel. Yeah, I don't need to show more
Squirrel.
squirrels. We're not the squirrel news.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, we could be.
Yeah.
But it is recorded. There is video of it. So go on, check it out. It is actually kind of amazing. And then last but not least, pro tip number 3, if you're going to have your priceless art restored, background check and make sure you're
definitely
hiring the right person.
Definitely.
So, yeah, again, Spain. I mean, we're the
We're
Spanish
going
news
Spain.
all over again. Spanish owner of a painting by famed artist that was it was the Virgin Mary. He wanted the famous painting restored. Paid about $13,000 to have this priceless piece of art restored. Okay, $1,300. Yeah, $1,300, not $13,000. So $1,300. Okay, first tip: if someone's going to charge you $1,300 to restore a priceless piece of art, you get what you pay for. Second of all, I feel bad for this guy because, again, go on UPI.com, odd news, and you can find a picture of it. When the picture was completed, when it was restored, the face of the Virgin Mary no longer looked like the face of the Virgin Mary. I don't know if you can see this. It looks like something our 6-year-old would do. Not even close. Not even close. You know what? If you want me to restore your priceless art and make it look like something a child could draw,
we'll take $1,300.
I'll do it for $5.
You'll do it for $5?
I'll do it for $5.
Man, I'd take $13 to make it look like that. Because I'd just hire out Emma.
Right, but I want to beat this other guy out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to beat him out.
So why
there
don't
you
you
go.
do 1,000 versus 1,300?
Okay, 1,000. There we
mean,
go. 1,000. I'll make it look like our 6-year-old
Mama needs
did
a new
it.
pair of shoes.
Hey, tell you what, 1,000, and I'll let our 6-year-old do it. Sold.
Sold.
All right, pro tip from the Aspinalls. You're welcome.
Don't smuggle monkeys.
Vet your art restoration people.
Yeah.
And
absolutely. And if COVID lifts, potted plants are great to play to in the opera, but humans would be able to applaud. I mean, what did they do? send
when the performance was over, no clapping could be heard, and the orchestra was very sad.
But rustling of leaves.
The rustling of leaves
was heard. Anyway, so awesome.
Be careful
guys.
not to play a monster or rock ballad, because when the lighters come out, the audience may perish.
my God, that's horrible. That is so great. Okay,
Look at that. We had real history for you.
Real
We forward
history.
Collins history to ridiculousness
from
about
my
potted
family.
plants. Yeah.
Yeah. 5th gen FOCO. Here we go.
All right.
Rhyme.
Well,
So,
thanks, guys, for joining us for Fun Friday Facts.
Fort Fun Friday Facts, better known as because it's Friday.
Friday, 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 Friday. Was that 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Oh, comment on any other pro tips.
Yeah. Pro tips.
We want to hear more pro tips.
We want waves. We want thumbs up. We want pro tips. Jess will give you and Jacob a call.
All right.
Yes.
Have an amazing weekend, guys.
Bye.
Stay safe out there. See you next week.